Alright, hey guys. So last time was it session 17? So now we're on 18. Last time the group actually fulfilled or went on their first Adventures League quest with some supplies that they gathered throughout the town and some new armaments supplied by the Adventures League themselves. With some very depth navigation skills and survival skills by Marb, you found it actually very easy to find the location and the tributaries where the quest posted by the fisherman was located. You went towards the waters, dabbled around, casted a net a few times trying to see what was in the waters, and then you were ambushed by the Maw of Daggers, which turned out to be a giant 25, 30-foot long crocodile. The ambush successfully snatched Davison's jaws, dragged it into the water. Their conventional tactics fell to the wayside, and you'll have to find out creative ways to free your friend or retrieve his possible body otherwise. With some good spell usage and some prep work on a rope, group did manage to get Davis free and back to shore, where the crocodile came in for a second attack, where it snatched up your Cleric Grant. But unbeknownst to the crocodile, your ranger friend Marb had created a boom cocktail and lobbed it into the water. And then, as if on cue, as it was running away with your friend, whoosh, murdering Grant in the process.
Did I die?
I mean, you're not dead, but you got knocked unconscious.
Yeah, that's right.
On a roll.
Yeah. But yeah, you were brought back to consciousness, where the group then ran back to the fishermen before about a 15-minute run away. Convinced them to come help get the body of the Maw of Daggers, because they all knew John and his kid was the victim. They chopped it up for meats. They chopped it up for material. Davis has a couple of teeth, or a handful of teeth, and the lower jaw was presented to the group as a trophy, where they also gathered the body of the fisherman's son, which they wrapped in a bedcloth or bedroll, and then used the fishnet to help keep everything tight. The group is returning and has made it to to Green Hill, and it's, let's say, late afternoon. Y'all are beat, y'all are tired. I would say we'll pick up with you guys entering the town and arriving at the Adventurers League Hall itself. What would you guys like to do?
I would want us to go in, turn in the whatever proof, and get paid immediately.
Ooh, the tooth that's stuck in my shoulder. Yeah. Or that was stuck in my shoulder, I guess.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you guys enter the guild hall as a group of 5 and Pebble, with kind of a messy bag behind y'all. I'm assuming, Davis, you're taking the body.
It's pretty gross. I've got it with us. It's probably dripping and stuff.
Yeah, it's been dripping. It's been leaving a trail.
We portioned up. You're talking about the body.
The
of the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. We portioned up all the fish, right? That's what or the crocodile.
Crocodile meat.
Yeah, that's right. Should be a feast or a festival soon.
And so there could be, yeah. So you guys enter, and before you is Hava. Sarah is not there, but Hava is at the receptionist. She Genasi woman. She looks up and she sees y'all look pretty beat and worse for wear, and she notices the large jaw, which is pretty much the size of Davis. The lower jaw of him just kind of slung over his shoulder.
It's a really cool pauldron, is the way I like to think of it.
Says, successful outing?
Yeah, the menagerie, we don't disappoint. So, what do we do now? This is our first one, so we turn this over to you, and I'll start taking the the net / bedroll off my shoulder as if I'm gonna just hand it to her.
What is that?
This is the fisherman's son, I believe.
You, okay, well...
I sanctified it. It has been blessed, or he
did some stuff.
Yeah,
it's fine.
We prayed over it, and hopefully the lawbearer will forgive us for the mishandling of his corpse slightly.
So where do you want this?
Okay.
Were we not supposed to bring it back?
No, you were, but you're not supposed to just bring it in. You don't know. You're new. Yes, that's fine. If you would be so kind, Davis, I believe it was.
Yes.
Please go out. You'll see one of the. I'll send a steward, and they'll get you into the back courtyard where we can properly at least lay the body out until we get in touch with the father.
Sure. And then whichever way she points me, I'll just walk that
Yeah.
direction. Is it
so
out towards the back, towards where the armory was and such?
No, she basically asked you you walk. She points to the front door and you walk there, and then half elven, buzz cut hair, stands next to you or walks in stride with you, and then kind of takes you to part of the fence that surrounds the compound.
Okay.
And then opens it, and you are led into the back courtyard, and he will lead you to essentially a cold room, as it were. Org.
If there's any obvious place to set this down, I would probably just set it down.
Yeah, he kind of presents essentially a table.
Yeah. Okay.
And then says, "Oh, thank you. I'll attend to the remains."
I mean, we got what we could. I don't know how long it had been since that beast had it, but we got it out. And
you did wonderful. I'm sure the family will be appreciative. A lot of people don't go that extra effort.
Well, we figured first time we want to impress, right? So.
Sure. Okay. Thank you.
I'm gonna fake I'm trying to collect the bedroll and stuff like that, and then I'll be like, hey, you can have that. We're good, and then I'll just leave.
Thank you. Yeah, he kind of shows you to the door of the morgue, and then he, essentially you step out, and he steps back in, and will tend to the body. Meanwhile, inside.
On the way out, real quick, I'll be like, just tell everybody the menagerie delivers.
He says, okay. Yeah, back on the inside while Davis is out. It takes him, about 10 minutes or so. Hava's just asking for the, she knows what quest you guys were on, so she's not even going to ask for the copy to be able to check and make sure that it's the right one, but she does ask for it just to be able to file it correctly.
Still have it, Corbin? Sorry, Al. The notice, or do we give it to Davis? I actually don't remember.
I think I had been holding on to it.
Al's got it.
You do have it.
Cool. Okay, I'll do that.
She reaches and says, "Thank you," and she goes, "Ooh, wet." Says, "Okay, so yes, that's correct. Yeah, proof. I saw proof. I'm sure." So, okay, she's just kind of looking through it. Payment is okay. He has it, and she kind of goes, So says, "I'll be right back." She goes to the back, behind the receptionist section, where you've seen her and Sarah go behind a few times in the day and a half that y'all have been here. And when you are in the hall isn't super busy. There's a couple people sitting around the table, but it's not very lively. Y'all are, fatigue is set in, pretty tired. Trying to find one little note. Had something. And so she emerges out and she says, "All right, John, Mr. Rhodes left this satchel. Unfortunately, he was not able to supply too much, but he obviously added a little bit in." She said, hands you, Al, a little coin purse. You can kind of heft it around. It's
Okay.
probably not much, but
Okay.
you have a coin purse. I'll tell you how much it is whenever you decide to count it.
Okay.
Ava gives you a smile to the group and says, "Well, that was impressively quick. Not even a day."
Thank you. Thank you. We tried.
Say y'all are pretty beat. Just going to y'all's lodgings and resting.
Yeah, I think if you always
Lunchtime?
could use a rest. But yeah, is it late afternoon or sorry, out of character?
It's late afternoon.
Okay. Yeah. You guys up for some meal and rest?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. I'm still at 1 HP, aren't I? Yeah. I'm just gonna turn in for the night.
Yeah.
I'll
Maybe
bring
grab
You
some
say
gruel or
meal and
something.
rest, and she goes, "We'll make sure to bring some. Else, we know where you're staying. Go focus on."
Is there a smith from the guild? And I point at the gap in my shoulder, and like the plates are kind of out of alignment over there and stuff. It's like I need a smith to help with this.
Yes. Horace, the armor master, should be able to assist.
I'll see him in the
I'll-
morning.
If it's an emergency, I mean, y'all don't have any other quests lined up. I believe, in the morning, I'll make sure to leave a note for him so he'll know to be expecting some sort of armor repair.
Thank you.
Oh,
Is
and
the alchemy guy back?
Wiggs is should be back in the evening, so hopefully first thing tomorrow I'll be able to entertain, introduce.
Awesome.
So there are, again, while the hall is not too busy, there are some other individuals in the building. I guess. Let's see who's got. That might pass.
Would I be back by now? Maybe.
Yeah, you eventually arrive back.
Okay.
Okay, Marb, Al, Grant. While you guys are walking through the hall and Davis has rejoined the group, you hear it doesn't look like it's an adventurer, just like, and a couple individuals in like pretty normal clothes, your standard cotton fabrics and maybe some leathers. They're sitting around at one of the stool lined benches and or stool lined tables, and overhear them talking about that some like rumors of pets going missing, and there's an individual who's one of the individuals with more of a pot belly ring. He goes, "Yeah, my food stores, they've been depleted over at the shop. Oh no, it's mostly meat that's just gone missing, but one seems to see anything." And you just kind of catch that while you guys are walking for the evening. And eventually I'll make it to y'all's lodging. Unless if anybody wants to do anything. But you're basically set up for a rest.
Yeah, I beat you guys. It was not fun being inside that thing's mouth. I could do for a bit of a wash and a rest.
Yes.
And I believe it. But hey, I don't know, make you feel better.
What's that?
I'll write a song about it.
Oh, you're the best.
I'll get it to you eventually. I'm working on it.
Nice, yeah.
We can go get food from the hall and have it like grab and take it back to our house,
takeout?
whatever place we're renting. Yeah, take out. We have some crocodile meat that we can give them to.
They'll to take your own portion of crocodile meat. So yeah, Marb, you walk up to where you got food last time, and
Yeah, I'd probably go with too. I'd probably do the same.
there's a couple very happy to see adventurer type half that work here. There's the halfling female. There's a fire genasi male, and they're just like, oh, and they see you, Grant, and they kind of look at you, and they're like, looks like it was a rough one, huh?
Yeah, that was quite a day we had.
That did that to your shoulder. That pauldron is just
A tooth. Yeah, a tooth.
a tooth.
Just one fucking tooth from a giant fucking fish.
That's
I put
gotta be
the
one hell of
meat
a...
on the table. It's like crocodile meat.
Oh, interesting.
Lizard, whatever.
Yeah, I get you. You had a rough day. Fish, lizard, all the same when that happens.
When you're in its mouth.
Yeah, I mean, well, congrats on staying alive. That's impressive. So I guess extra food tonight. Yes. There's extra food, and you just kind of see the halfling ladies already like in the back, just from what you can see, already feverishly grabbing plates and grabbing bowls and just filling them up with all manner of things. That's
Much appreciated.
have plenty of food for the evening to return and be your lodgings.
The Crass Menagerie thanks you.
We
Thank you for doing apparently a good job. We overheard you completed your quest. So
It's the first of many.
hopefully, good attitude.
Now I'm gonna go pass out.
So, is anyone wanting to do anything specific in the evening, or it's just gonna be like kind of rest, sleep, and see what comes in the morning?
Rock would probably it wasn't as stressful for me, other than the fact that some of you guys almost died. Don't do that.
I mean, you helped, so.
Rock would probably.
Are you on 0 damage taken all time?
No, he's taking some damage.
He's taking some damage.
Very rarely, and normally I run away immediately after. Yeah, I would just do some more of my readings of my magical book.
Okay. The book, or are you looking at your scrolls?
I'm looking at the book tonight.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check for the evening.
First roll of the night.
I get to roll a dice.
1. 20.
Oh no, 5 plus 7, 12.
Oh, okay. You stumbled across a couple pages that you're a little bit more intricate and more complex in the sigils and glyphs and the arcane geometry. You'll make some headway through the night, but it's not nearly as productive as the previous.
Okay, that'd be all. I'll just relax and read and then sleep.
I was gonna remind Marb, like, hey, did you want to go see your boom making buddy?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
We need to get
Maybe
a lot more
learn how it
information.
works this time, because I don't think you fully understood what you were doing based on the looks of it.
Hey, we made it barely.
I mean, it worked, but just saying.
Yeah, I want to
Maybe
go
get a
back,
refresher course,
eat, and like.
and then I'll nudge Al and be like, maybe you should go along with it. Make sure he pays attention.
Maybe I'll take my bow
Yeah. I was a little shifty-eyed. He's still a little guilty, but yeah, I'll go help out.
The three of y'all, I'm not gonna make.
I'm not
roll
going.
it.
I'm just reminding them
Yeah.
that they want to go.
But as you're talking about this, you're eating a little bit and stuffing your face, and you look outside. It's pretty. The likelihood of the apothecary being
Oh, is it that late?
the bone hook and tonic.
Okay, well, the thing like locked doors has never stopped Marb before, so
Yep. Easy.
he doesn't want to teach me. I'm gonna force him to teach me.
Fish bone and tonic. Yes.
Nice.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, y'all can go, but like, I don't know.
You do whatever. I'm turning in.
Yeah, you guys should. I mean, we didn't have any time to.
I'm still
explore
gonna
this
swing
town.
around. Yeah. I want to see if I can find like anything to use my criminal contact, like out of character. So I might just like stroll around town for like, yeah,
Right,
like if I could investigate something, just stroll around, creep on some roofs.
Go ahead.
Usual.
Give me an investigation check at advantage since you're looking for your little niche thing.
Oh, Adam. So in the evenings, do all the stalls and markets stuff like close down? Do people set up tents every day, or how does the marketplace go?
So again, the interesting thing about Green Hill is there is no set market. Natural 20. Okay. There is no set marketplace in a way. It is just
appeared.
Buildings that have just kind of propped up and they have a specific. A lot of buildings have like living quarters kind of attached to it. A lot of people live where they work and work where they live. That go out and do the fishing, and then they come down and then a tent or some. You haven't been here too often, and you're not too familiar with the town, but there are a few cross sections where some of the either like the roads meet, or especially where the bridges are, be like natural choke points, and then that's where you might find some more of a collection of people selling things. Like when you were looking for the apothecary to help Marb, you saw an apothecary, you saw a bookstore, you saw a building that was unidentified, and then it was just random stuff.
Yeah, it was like Al's intuition or something.
Exactly. So,
so if you guys want to explore and just like scope around and look at shit, that's totally cool. That's super chill.
Oh, Marb.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. Is it
what I rolled?
20?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. Marb, you slip out for the night, and this is kind of blended. There is some like nighttime activity. I mean, this town is known for adventure and other things. You do see quite a large, not a large presence, much more prominent presence of the American cause, the military forces, where in Volpine they had the green, with the green seal, with the green field with the golden flower, and the white field with blue flowers and the fox head. Here it's still the green with the gray background with the bow. They're patrolling. They're active. They don't seem to heed you any mind. You end up swinging over, just kind of maybe by luck or intuition, back to the original food bar and watering hole the Brown took. And when you're there is that you see that gold dragonborn individual was picking his with the fish bones. And he's sitting in a different window this time. But you kind of notice, like you, at least, I mean, you think a little of it, but like you, where you sit with your back against the wall, he's sitting with his back against the wall on both times. And and
Okay.
he seems kind of like a calm individual. He strikes you as interesting. So,
I go up to the bar and get a drink or two.
okay,
Who's at the bar?
it's a male Khemri, so a hobgoblin, red skin and fur, very very dark black hair pulled back into piercing blue eyes. Full, what are you having?
Uh, I want whatever you'll give me, and I slip a coin in his direction to pay for the drink. For that, whatever.
So how much coin are you slipping? Just roughly, like a couple copper pieces, silver.
Where are the copper?
Bring me your sheet.
They're under inventory
Oh,
equipment.
I have 0 copper pieces.
Oh, you might have 0 copper. Yeah, you have 0 copper. So you have
Let's put it up. Nope.
silver?
Fuck. Can you convert?
I mean, you can try to break it if you want.
Fuck. How much is a silver?
A silver is 10 copper.
10 copper. Sure. Let's try
Is
to
it
split one in
10 to
half.
1 on both?
How hard is it?
You buy 2 drinks, you slide over the silver, he's like, okay. He pours you 2 like rather brown, like really dark brown ales. Because I'm assuming you motioned that you wanted to.
Yeah.
And he tosses you back copper.
How much copper?
He said throws you back 4 copper pieces.
4 copper.
6 copper.
Sweet. I grab both of the drinks and walk to the lizard man,
The dragonborn. Yeah.
dragonborn, person's table.
Uh,
Sit down, just put a drink in front of him, put a drink in front of me, and just sit there quietly and see if he takes it.
he's looks at you and do I you? You look familiar. You're with that turtle yesterday, huh?
Yep. That was us.
Mm-hmm. That was a friend comic on him. He kind of reaches and takes one of the can I potentially do for you?
That's what I'm here to find out. I recognize someone that's trying to keep an eye on the door and listening in conversation. So, I want to know some information about this town.
Right now, it's a quiet town.
Sure, it can appear that way, but you and me both know there's always a place in every town where you can find, a way to make big money or buy some items that are harder to get.
So most of the money and items come through that Adventurers League that we got. But I already. Are you wearing your dog tag?
Actually, yeah. Didn't we put them on?
Yeah.
We did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sure.
I was gonna say,
Probably in a pocket, but
okay, you got it in a pocket. I mean, if you're looking for coin and loot, trinkets, strikes your fancy. Adventurers League, this is
What about potions? Maybe some more alchemical items.
Again, talk to some of the apothecaries, go to some of the mills that are specialized in grinding the supplies that people bring them. But I mean, what type of potions are you looking for? Medicinal type?
Let's say of the levitation kind.
Interesting. Give me just a persuasion check as you come up.
Persuasion. Ooh, hell yeah, persuasion. But it's charisma. Okay, not too.
I believe yours is like a plus
15.
5. 15?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, I'm not strong enough to wear this armor. Shit. Davis, you want this?
Oh no. Yeah, you are. It's so
It has a
the
reduced
strength.
strength.
It doesn't let me tweak it. It's lowered because of the material
Yeah,
that's
he
made out of.
specifically reduced it for you.
Oh, it says required 13. That's right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me change that stuff. So the dragon kind of gives a little huff, and there's not fire, but it comes out. There's a bird that wants to. Pretty typical. So yeah, so you're looking more on the unique varieties. Things get moved into town everywhere. But like I said, usually the adventurers read the odd stuff. He takes another, longer gulp of the spell that you gave him.
Can I perceive if that was a truthful answer?
You can insight check him.
Fudge. What is it?
Insight.
Insight. Ooh, and it's wisdom. Hell yeah.
It's plus 3. Okay.
Plus 3.
20 plus 3 from what I see on your sheet.
Oh, 14. Yeah.
14. He definitely knows how to present himself as a calm, collected individual. He's not that easiest to read. You think he's kind of telling you the truth. I mean, he might be holding off a little bit just up for your gut intuition, but you're probably not going to get too much more out of him for the evening. He's just, but he hasn't shooed you away from the table either.
Huh. Sweet. I grab my drink, take a normal sip, and just say well, what about you? I know a person like you probably want to know some information about Bullpine. Things went down in Bullpine.
I heard a bit of a mess up there.
Someone like you's always looking for something.
So I heard that that oddity on there to see got ripped apart or something like that. And apparently some people died in that tent that day as well. Was it that creature that did it itself and they had to take it down?
It wasn't the creature. It was a whole army of pigs.
Pigs.
Sentient pig people.
And sentient Birdman. Look at that.
They
Never ran
were
into a sentient pig.
horribly mutated. If I could tell you, have you ever heard of a double bear pig? Crazy business.
Double bear pig. He takes a big old gulp out of the beer. The ale that you gave him again. You can go on.
It was spooky magic shit, man. They were using cattle, and they would turn it into goo to birth these things out of the ground. Messy stuff, spooky shit, like necromancy or some type of dark magic shit. You heard anything about that in this town?
You don't. Why are you telling me this?
I just know the type, man. There's always information. The real currency of this world. You know, I
That's-
pull your leg today, you pull mine later. What's that saying? I completely fucked it up.
yeah. He's like,
Yeah, scratch your back today. That was what it is. I'm terrible at sayings.
well,
And I was all the time saying that as well.
he kind of lets out a little bit of a chuckle and kind of leans his head back and kind of ring. Says, information is the currency of the world. Listen, I didn't get your name.
I just looked at him and shrug a little bit and extend my hand. Marb, nice to meet you.
Isos.
Isos?
And he gives you a good handshake. And
Wait, what was his name? I think you cut off.
Isos.
Got it.
Ooh, okay, got it.
Isos, listen. Stay in town, do some stuff. If I don't hear anything, get any information about you that I don't like to hear, we'll be in touch. And he grabs his ale, takes a good old swig of it, finishes off, puts it down, grabs yours, takes it, finishes it off, and you hear a little ding as he puts it down.
I think he's an alcoholic.
Put my hand on the table, stare at him in the eyes, and tell him straight, oh, believe me, you are gonna find things that you're not gonna like. But
Good.
you and me both know that's just how the world works. And since I don't have a beer anymore, that's me.
He rolls his eyes and taps his nail on your ale.
Look inside.
It's inside the cup. I don't care. If he's not gonna, I grab it. I flip it over.
Mm-hmm.
I exhale really deeply, fine, and I grab it.
Gustav's
I just
finger. Oh my god.
I walk out and hold it up, don't even say anything, and walk out.
Okay. So as you're holding it up, what you do catch, at least what's in your hand, it's a like a marble. But the marble itself has some very I mean it's about, what size is that? Like twice the size of a US quarter, right? Marble.
Okay.
And there's some very distinct indentions and little bumps along one of the the equator of it.
Ooh. Is there a way to detect if there's a pattern to them? Is that
Yeah, give me
Braille or in that style, but not.
You actually do have training with the thieves tools. So go ahead and give me an intelligence check, but you are considered proficient with it since you have knowledge.
Okay, I'm pretty dumb, so it's just a normal.
But you do get to add your proficiency in this. Okay, so 15?
Plus 2.
So 15 plus 2? Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's some sort of, it probably goes and fits in something and potentially is a piece of a lock. Or
Okay. I inspect it real quick and then put it in a pocket with a zipper that has protection.
Sure. You put it in one of your 2 zipper pockets.
Yeah. And then circle back through the whatever part of town where the workshop was from last night and see if I can see any activity. If not, I'm just heading back to the house.
It is dark. Go ahead and make your way back to town, back to the where you're staying in the Adventurers Hall, where I assume at this time the rest of your crew, exhausted, passed out. Correct me otherwise.
Nope, totally passed out.
Totally.
I'm asleep.
So morning comes. Y'all get your long rest.
Yay.
Oof.
Yeah.
I actually spent like all my spells last time apparently.
You were pretty beat up. Nice. I'm just taking notes.
Fuck.
As you wake, I'll go ahead and gather things in the sense of hunger, and y'all are just kind of instinctually as a group driven to go out and go to the dining hall.
Yes.
On the way there, it's more lively than it was in the evening, and you see about 20 individuals. So, and there is Sarah at the counter, and she's talking. What looks like a fish type of person. Not completely fish, but definitely looks like aquatic nature. And as you all are returning to the bench, and she kind of Marb, you'll pick up on this. Grant, you'll pick up on this, and Al, you'll pick up on this. She nods and points towards y'all, and there's no one in line, so she takes the individual and walks over with him to y'all. And Menagerie, Crass Menagerie. Hi. So I know that you guys were asking to talk to Wiggs. He came in late last night. And before y'all, you see essentially a fish-like human. Has bluish like scales across for skin that like kind of fade into like pinkish hues in the light. He has a very high-reaching breast of fins that were to like make up his hair, but it's more like orangish, reddish fins that even come down to the front. Not of like a large stature. He's about 5'7", wearing very basic clothing, but it wraps around him fairly well. Large poofy, like a scarf or something, maybe part of the clothing he's wearing, but his chest is exposed, so that's where you see that'll work.
Cool.
Yeah. You completed a quest. Congratulations. Sarah was telling me you were looking for me. I was out. I was attending some personal matters. Question.
Yes.
Before I even hear anything that would possibly need from me, would y'all, being successful adventurers, willing to do me something, and then in return, I'll into y'all's requests?
What was our request for this guy again? Was that you, Marb? Was that you, Al? I can't remember. Somebody wanted to talk to him.
Barb wanted fire.
Yeah, I'm actually saying this out loud.
Oh, okay.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Kind of looking at him. Should I tell him about the boom? That's my dilemma.
I assume you're saying that out of character right now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I guess I approached him and I said like, well, finally, do you want to join us for some food? We can talk about
Oh,
some stuff that blows up.
Here's an image of Waves for you guys. You want to see him? He's in the Materia channel.
Oh, cool.
But he's wearing like more clothing. He says, "Oh, thanks. I tend to eat more along. I don't necessarily like what they prepare here. I do appreciate it. Listen, I know you guys needed something from me, and my services are to, the guild members here, but well, there's some rumors in town, and I could use some help following up on them. If you guys do this, I'll entertain possibly even throwing in something extra.
Wait, throwing in what? Did you just say
An extra what?
No, throwing in something extra, some more of my time, some more help. I mean, I can step beyond normal payment methods.
This seems a little bit weird. Why wouldn't you just, if you need a favor, you've got the whole Adventurers League. Why are you asking us to do something for you?
Yeah, this like an off the books favor, like.
Yeah.
No, this would be a quest sponsored by me, a ranking member of the Adventurers League.
Can I?
But I don't have many adventures available right now.
This seems, for
And-
the lack of a better word, fishy to me. Can I insight check him? Just I don't know if I trust him.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, check it. It's 19.
Ooh.
He's maybe not the most sociable person. He's trying to, like, he has something that he wants to get done. Doesn't like to deal with people. He's heard.
Okay.
You gather that he heard about what y'all did. And y'all are a group of adventurers that can possibly. You don't sense anything like deceiving or conniving. You may be leaving out some details.
Sure. Yeah. You know what? I can't speak for the rest of the group just yet on this, but why don't you tell us what you're looking for, and we'll see how we feel about it.
All right. And he, okay, perfect. Let me go get one individual that will be assisting. And he kind of waves over to an individual that you see kind of hood up, sitting, looking at y'all, not like staring per se, hands are crossed. And the individual stands from the bench, takes one more bite of whatever they were eating, and begins to approach. And Jason, if you'd be so kind, go ahead and give them a description of who they see.
Hi, I'm Leslie. I'm a really big, but with some tiny little legs, like a little gorilla. And I hear some rumors around that some pets are missing. Has anyone heard about it?
You said pets are missing?
Yes, pets, and there's meat missing too. Not sure what the case is, but I'm on it.
Wig says, this is Leslie, my associate. He's familiar with the portion of town that I would be asking to investigate for me.
So how do you know this guy?
He's an adventurer. He's been
Is he
here.
wearing a dog tag? I don't know.
He is wearing a dog tag.
Okay. And for
You see at least what he is.
real quick, like appearance-wise, how tall? Like how tall? So I know you're like muscular and strong, but like how tall are you? Or how tall are?
Jason, how tall, short do you see yourself?
Well, I'm
shifters are usually human size. So.
I'm 5'8", but my legs, they're only about a foot in length.
Interesting.
Maybe a little
Can't
bit
help
more,
but
but I get
stare.
what you're
Marb is just staring at the legs, like, what
He's
the?
got the proportions of a bird, just like you.
He's a very much to get out, a kind of Johnny Bravo-esque in French.
Gotcha.
Less hair on top of his head, but definitely not that short legs, but they're short comparatively to the rest of them. You would think they could be a little bit longer than that. Yeah, so usually
Very flexibility.
mhm.
I can get an Indian style real quick.
Is he a fish person too, or just like?
No, Marb, what you see before you, actually, Marb, give me a
What can I?
history check with advantage based off where you're from. And then Grant, history check with advantage based off where you're from.
Oh, sure.
Ooh, 16, not bad.
$11.
No bonuses to history, Grant? Okay.
No, remember he's an idiot. He's
Yeah, I'm
he's
an
been
idiot.
his entire life.
Oh, gotcha.
The
Okay,
two idiots trying to figure it out.
Right.
Yeah, so,
fucking band of idiots.
Grant, you at least know that this is his race is a shifter. He is feral folk. He is like where Al is a human that has some sort of like fiendish heritage and is far down the line. This individual before you that introduced themselves as Leslie has some sort of lycanthropic or bestial blood.
Okay.
You haven't seen one of these since you've been home. They're
Is
not
this common in the South?
He's a slightly different variety. You're expecting him to be more hefty, more like that winter climate-esque. This individual looks more like a little bit more lean. While he is still buff, and his slightly proportions are a little off, which kind of strike you as confusing. Maybe that's why it's kind of hard for you to identify.
Do your Leslie do Leslie's arms reach to the ground? Does he actually walk like a gorilla, or does he walk more upright?
No.
I'm probably having a little trouble imagining.
That's up to him.
I think I can. Fuck. I think I have a picture in my mind of what it might look like.
Go
Like
for
from a
it.
cartoon character.
And then that's honestly like that. I'm going to allow Jason to decide how he walked.
Yeah.
Essentially, though, like out of character, Jason is playing a shifter, which is basically a feral person. They have some sort of lycanthropic heritage. You, Grant, recognize him as a shifter, but he's a different type of shifter than you're familiar with the South. Marb, where you're from, you've seen a bunch of them. They are all throughout. And then when you're actually thinking about it, you're like, I haven't seen really any in the main portion of Rune, so they're probably not very common, like south of the Dauntless Peak.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And then I guess other
I
question. You can tell me based on history. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you can go ahead.
Is this from a religious perspective? What is the feeling on shifters in general?
From where you're familiar with your southern, the Iceborn shifters, they're hard workers. They try to strive to better the pack, the group. They
Just part of society.
They're part of society. They have they definitely benefit from some of their feral instincts, and sometimes they can be mental and kind of embody maybe like the cat type are more cautious and curious, where the wolf type tend to care about the group, where the boars tend to be more in your face.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
So
Is shifters like a common race to be like adventurers? Like I don't know. Are there like a lot of shifter adventurers?
You haven't seen that many. I'm going to switch over to Overworld map real quick. So, like, So like all throughout like these areas, I'm trying to ping. It's kind of weird. Like there, you haven't run into because Marb, you've kind of gone all around in this section. You haven't seen many shifters. You've seen them a few, but like up through here, like north of the Ostrich Mountains and everything, they're much more common. And they're part of society. They're workers. They're adventurers. They're farmhand. They're hunter. And then down here for Grant, they're again integrated with society.
Got it.
I probably wouldn't have seen them before, right? I don't think I would have.
Very small chance that you or Al
Okay.
or Roque have really ever recalled seeing them. You may have seen them and not known what they were.
So at this point, I may kind of lean down a little bit and kind of put my arm around Leslie and be like, "Did you lose your pet, little man?"
Why are you asking so many questions?
I mean, you asked us if we'd heard about missing pets. I'm just trying to see what's going on here. Trying to help you out.
Do you have any pets?
I mean, I don't know. We've been traveling a lot, so we don't really keep pets. But I've taken care of some
Then
animals.
what's
in my
that bird
day.
over there?
I mean, that's actually a friend of mine.
That's a
but
whole
then
nother story, buddy.
I'll say you can ask him, and I'll point to Roque.
Well, I'm just investigating some suspicious comments that I've heard around town. So I'm just, looking for some evidence or some people acting suspicious. But in reality, I just want to contribute because I want to fit in.
So they want us to help him. I look at him and say, like, so you come to us for help to find these pets?
Wiggs kind of
Turn back to look at Wiggs and just stare at him. Yeah.
Yeah, Wiggs kind of bumps in. He's like, all right. There's rumors of missing pets, missing supplies in a area that Leslie is familiar with.
You keep speaking of this
just-
area very generally, as if you don't want to say what kind of area
north
you're
of
talking about.
the portion of town north of the. I don't think any of y'all are really familiar with Green Hill. Leslie would act as your guide and potential. I mean, who knows if it's bandits or some sort of critters are getting into it. I just need to know because
So I'm gonna try and like.
Wait. I want to try to not intimidate him. No, you go ahead.
Seduce him.
What?
That's what we're looking for.
No, I was gonna say,
I want to threaten him, but like,
I was gonna try and pull Wiggs aside and like maybe not so nonchalantly be like, so what kind of level of adventure is this guy? Because remember, we came in like not beginner level.
okay, then
so...
can I threaten him first, and then you can pull? Like, we'll do good cop, bad
Yeah, we do it
cop.
at the same time if you want.
You guys
'Cause
in-
I'm not talking to Leslie. I'm talking to Wiggs at this point.
Okay.
No, yeah, I'm talking to Wiggs too.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
cool. We're gonna intimidate the higher up guy.
Because I want to know if we help with whatever this is gonna take us, he's gonna give us like the reward we want. Because
I
we're
don't think you've told
still
me
not
for the
100%
record.
sure if this is like a certified, like licensed quest.
You
I
do
don't know,
you, Marb.
approved.
that you go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'll just like still looking at him, put my finger and like, if we go with this man, help you with this quest, you will get us whatever we want, whenever we come back. Because believe me, we'll come back. Just like point a little feathery finger at him.
I would expect you to be back. That's why I want you to go on this quest because I figure you would accomplish it from what Sarah and Hava have told me. Y'all dealt with a giant crocodile.
Whatever we want.
Not whatever you want, what I can do within my means.
I kind of like look him up and down and say like, okay, you look like a man of means. And then
A fish of means.
like, yeah.
Fishermen.
Yeah,
They want to be.
Merb man, Merb.
So then at that
people.
point, I might ask him, be like, so what kind of adventure are we dealing with? Is this like the first time he's done this kind of thing, or does he have some experience? Does he know what he's doing? Are we gonna
He's
get
done
in there?
jobs specifically for me in the past. Leslie is someone I trust and someone I request from time to time.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I'll have Pebble fly over and land on Leslie's shoulder and just sit there.
Yeah, Leslie, this little oxpecker of a bird. Let me see if I can blow up a Actually good.
Whoa.
He grows to 30 feet in height.
Hands on your shoulder and just kind of being friendly.
That is to scale, by the way.
In real world, actually probably just about scale.
That's true.
Pebble is actually like a dinosaur, a pterodactyl.
Your little toothpick legs crater under the weight of this 40-foot bird.
If Roque is that strong as like Goku, he'll drop Pebble and just like moving super fast and super like muscle.
His armor is weighted. His clothing
Yeah.
is weighted, kind of thing.
All this time he's been training for the moment. We never knew.
Yeah, so Pebble lands on your shoulder. Tweet tweet.
Rock's
Grand.
third class the fighter. that's the secret all along.
It's the long con.
Wiggs will say, so will you, was it the Crass Menagerie, will you please assist me and I will fly my guide Leslie to the section north of the Misty Bridge.
Sure, when do we start?
Sure. We just need to eat and get ready to go.
What was that, Rock?
So Rock says, I'll save pets, I'm in.
Okay. So yeah, you now have an opportunity to speak with Leslie. As Wig says, excellent. I will make sure to have all the paperwork ready and it'll be official. Honestly, I just want to know what's going on.
Oh, I thought this was going to be an off-the-books sort of thing, but sure. So we need
Oh,
to,
no.
We need to grab a bite
Absolutely.
anyways. Leslie,
No,
Leslie, have you eaten yet? You can join us.
What do you guys have to eat?
I mean, we're just eating in the mess hall here, so it's whatever they have.
Okay, yeah, sure. I would love to.
Yeah, it's the usual spread that's provided. Some sort of starches, some sort of meats. It's hearty food, good food to give you energy, last you through the day.
Is it okay if I eat on the floor?
Sure.
It might be a little strange, but people aren't going to stop you.
Okay, thanks.
No, but there are all types of dudes in this field. There's probably people that eat on the ceiling. There's probably a bat dude that eats upside down. We're
Bad.
Go ahead and give me a perception check, Grant.
hell yeah.
As you look up.
If it's not a bat guy, I hope it's like a spider guy. When I'm a 6.
Yeah, decent perception, yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I'm awake.
You look up in the ceiling and you're like, oh, shit. There's no one swinging from the rafters. But there are some people, like, a couple of people, like, leaning over on the second floor as... I guess I should explain the building now that Jason's in here. Jason, the building you're in is like an oversized brick house. You walk into it, and when you walk in, the doors are double doors and they open inward. And the first thing you see in front of you would be like this receptionist desk. It's large. It's got enough room for like 2 or 3 people to sit. And that's where you've seen Hava and Sarah, which are the 2 receptionists you normally see here, work, take quests, deliver quests, to interact with individuals. And then the entirety of like the left area just opens up to a giant mess hall. There's benches and stools and there's support columns that go all the way past the second floor to the third floor, because the second floor is basically like a big old donut of balconies, and it's open to lead up to the bottom of the third floor. And in the second floor, you would know this having been at this adventure hall. There's like meeting rooms and other type of offices and stuff on the second floor. And then the third floor, there's just a whole other suite of, it's another floor. Here is where food supply, people gather for, social events in a sense, or just to discuss themselves. You know that once you go to the back, it is a fenced off courtyard area that's fairly large, and there's different types of building. There's an armory, there's a stable, there's training facility, training dummies, stuff like that, and there's even lodging available to some adventurers. There's other buildings too. You haven't necessarily been to all of them. So it is a functioning business in a sense. Supplies, services, and equipment, and other factors, adventurers. So yeah, y'all are essentially given a draft from Wiggs of the quest, and where Al, where you're used to kind of looking at it now that you've studied the one previously, where it says payment, it says C Wiggs upon completion.
That's not a number. Okay.
Oh,
Okay, I'll hold on to that.
That was good.
So as we're eating, I'll look down at Leslie. I mean, first I'll look a little strange at first, but then I'll just ask. So, what's about this area that we're going? What do we need to know? What are we running into here? What's it like? Is it? We talking about people's houses, or what's going on?
I'll
Yeah, I was gonna say, I
help
figured you
Jason
might
with
fill
it.
in.
Yeah, because I haven't necessarily given you, Leslie, the most information. So where you're going is a portion of Green Hill that is more densely housing and living quarters. But like with everything, there are some random butchers or fish processing. There might be a smith there. There's other types of buildings that you'll find, but it is actually one of the sections in the northern portion of town, across what's called the Misty Bridge. As you know, there's multiple bridges that kind of weave through the town. There's housing, and it's not necessarily the most financially well-off portion of town.
Got it.
Granted, Green Hill, in a sense, it's kind of hard to see like a wealth district. There's not really one.
It's a blue-collar district.
Yeah. So all manner of folk live there. Leslie would know that, there's plenty of strays. There's plenty of, wild unattended to animals running around. That's not like poor people in the streets, but there's definitely like people that could do better. And there are some, it does use some of the natural waterways as, for waste processing and stuff like that. Even, sewers and stuff like are around there and all that.
Cool. Thank you.
And whatever Leslie wants to fill you guys in on that he knows, he's more than welcome to or not. That's basically like what I have.
You can decide, Leslie, how much of that you actually want to give us.
Yeah. You can just say I tell them everything. That's fine.
Okay. Well, yeah, I told them everything.
Fair enough.
Misty Bridge, I like that.
So, have there been anything substantive so far? It's not a word Grant would use. Have you heard anything concrete about these pets and the missing meat?
No, just collars left everywhere. Only the collars.
do they were they like old dogs, old cats? Like, what type of pets are we talking about?
Your standard fare.
Well, mostly dogs. but also exotic pets. And one in particular, it was a giant owl.
A giant what?
Owl?
Whoa. I'm super impressed as a bird person. And, like, respect a giant owl.
Less impressed as a human person.
So we're not sure if they are all migrating somewhere, are they running away from something, but all we have is collars.
I don't know of any pet that can get out of their own collar. That's kind of one of the points of it, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
You out of character. You haven't met my cat in real life.
That's true. There definitely are some.
Yeah.
So the collars you have seen, do they end up, I don't know, dirty, bloody, anything off?
No, they're clean and perfectly normal.
Oh,
That's weird. And what is all this talk about meat going missing?
Leslie would know that there's like throughout town, there's food process.
Well,
There's butchers
yeah,
and
like a meat.
exactly,
okay.
and they like so apparently some of their stores are getting reduced, and they don't see people like coming in and out.
Got it.
It's not very obvious what's happening.
sounds like nothing's off the table.
I say as I look down at Leslie, who is not sitting at the table. Or as he says that, I look down and...
Look over
Oh,
at,
you didn't mean that.
I look over at the group as I eat out of my bowl.
So wait, do you wear your dog tag like as a literal like dog tag like collar?
No, I'm
Adding-
a little bit more domesticated than that.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to make a food bowl, and I'm gonna add it to your
To your inventory.
Leslie's food bowl.
Yeah, make
Does it have
sure
your
that
name on it?
it's double E, double S.
Is it one of those slowdown bowls that we were talking about? Because otherwise you eat too fast.
Yeah, I can't choke again.
Nice.
So yeah.
Sorry.
No, y'all are good. I wasn't sure if y'all were going to continue talking, but essentially, when y'all are ready, Leslie, I'm assuming, will guide y'all to the portion of town where Wiggs wants y'all to investigate.
Ready when you guys are.
Yeah, let me just pack up the rest of my food in a doggy bag.
Heyo.
Ayo. I do want to go. Can we go back to the armory? I need to refill my arrows, or could I have done that at home?
You hadn't really
I don't
used
know,
too many
does the-
recently.
Yeah, I'm only a little bit down, but I want to be.
I'm gonna have to borrow an armor for the day, I guess.
Oh yeah, you were gonna do that in the morning.
Bust it up on behind.
Yeah. Does that like guild have like, I don't know, like a library system for equipment, or like
Yeah, that would be
there
very
like a
helpful.
store for like adventure equipment that we can fill up?
Well, yeah, you can go to the armor. Previously, you got arrows supplied to you based on the fact that you had the good word in from Meeker and Navari. Now, if you go there, you can try to interact with them and see how it would work. But how many arrows are you looking to
Sure.
get?
What is the maximum? 20? Only 3. Just want to like fill up.
Okay. You go to the armory. You kind of go enter. Say, hey, one of the individuals, not Horace, but another individual says, "Can I help you?"
Yeah, I just need a few arrows, my man. Do you have any fire arrows? Any normal arrows?
What?
Hunter
That
here.
looks like what? That's a longbow. Do you know what the draw weight on that is?
Maybe.
He's like, "Can I see it?"
It is 2 pounds. Oh no, 2 pounds is so much it weighs.
Marb, you have
600
no
feet.
idea what he's talking about. Like, this is not something you've been traded. Like, can I see the bow?
Sure, yeah. Let's like
Is
swing
it-
it out.
He, like, kind of takes it from you. Well, standard. How many did?
I need 3, and I'm trying to look at my daggers because I
Three?
gave one to that little kid.
You gave a dagger to a.
Oh no, the guard.
That's
ended up
in
taking
your
it.
head. That's not allowed, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I just say like, to a kid. No, this guy took it. It's okay. He'll give it to his kid. That's what happened. I don't have a counter on my daggers. So.
No, there's a dagger is a dagger is a dagger. So you would have to add individual daggers. So he goes.
Oh, okay then.
Some arrows. That's okay. He goes. He's like literally pulls out 3. It's like 1, 2, 3 regular arrows and a dagger.
Give me 2 daggers, because then I probably gave out the only one I had, and I was left with 2 daggers.
Here I'm kind of rummaging. He adds another one, and between 2 fingers presents another dagger. He's like, "Is that it?"
Sweet.
I need this
Do
repair.
you have any other bows or anything? Or
You got a pretty nice bow. I don't think we got anything better. You need this repaired, huh?
Not wearing it, obviously. I'm holding
Yeah.
it. I could need to borrow a set of splints, I guess, in the meantime, if you have one.
Blunt. It's not going to be necessarily the most comfortable fit, but we probably can get it fit to your arming jacket just fine. What did that? The
dagger. What was it called? Dagger maw.
maw of daggers. Yeah.
The maw of daggers.
That
out on the riverside. Yeah.
sounds terrifying. I don't know why y'all do. Okay.
It's kind of exhilarating, honestly. Getting to the brink of death, knowing your companions will hopefully drag you back. It's an amazing experience.
Bonding, I'm sure.
It also pays pretty well.
We splint, sure. Actually, I can. He kind of shows you how
if you want to give me full plate mail, I am not turning it down, but I'm not a greedy man.
He's like, unfortunately, don't really have full plate. That would be a lot of work, and especially getting it fitted, and you don't even have the right arming jacket for that. Arming jacket, in case you guys don't know, in olden times, you literally wore clothing underneath that had strings and buckles and stuff that helped the weight and distribute the weight and the pressure and protect you from the metal clinking and pinching your skin and cutting you.
I assume that's part of, like, if you're the money you spend on plate, whatever, 1,200 gold or whatever, that's part of the cost.
Included.
Exactly. But so a mechanical thing is like
1,000
when
gold
you
for
sleep,
the arming shit.
when you sleep, you do not technically sleep in your armor. You kind of have to take it off, and it takes time to put it on. It takes time to take it off. You don't get a good night's sleep if you're sleeping in your armor.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm carrying it now. It's not like I'm.
Yeah. I'm just letting you know. So he goes, listen. So I only need to take, and he kind of shows you, and he kind of takes the pauldron off and takes. You can still keep it's like the bottom breast kind of carrot port. He's like, you can take this across. That's fine. I will supply you with some pauldrons just to kind of protect you a little bit.
Sure.
But essentially,
strap on.
Yeah. So he just kind of takes the strap off and this, and he's like, okay. So you essentially still get the benefit of your armor. You just have like different.
It's like a different color like door, like on a car. Like the whole car's
it
white.
basically
There's a
doesn't
blue
match
door.
at all.
Isn't it kind of how Davis looked originally, way back in the day?
Yeah, could be.
What are you saying?
You're a little like thrown together.
Did you have mismatched pieces when we first met back at the?
No, it just wasn't very interesting.
I see.
But now I got some fancy. Was it splint? I think, right? Or scale?
Yeah.
So, Grant. The individual says, well, give us a few days. Maybe just a day. I'll see what the smith can do when he gets in. He just needs to bang it out and reform it a little bit. And he does comment. He's like, it's interesting armor you got. I haven't seen one like that in a while.
Think there's a historian who'd want to take a look at this? I've never seen any armor like this either, actually.
Yeah, actually. Natural 19. Good for him. I don't have stat block, so we're just gonna assume he works in the armory, so he probably has some knowledge, so proficiency. So yeah, so that is more typical of what we see like in the southern regions of like Usagi, where you find that's like Khemri style almost, but it's still unique. Cool. And he's kind of like just pointing it out like it's just like hexagonal plates, and he says, "See this? It lets it be strong but lighter." And he kind of like jostles you just a little bit. See how it like barely makes a sound when it's on? That's pretty cool. That's definitely Khemrian. Maybe not old, like ancient old, but looks like it's got at least a good century on it. You don't see stitching like that. That's cool. Who knows? Maybe it belonged to someone important someday. Because I mean, the fact that it's got that color pattern going on it means that they invested some time into it. It's a
Interesting.
nice piece. That'll protect you.
Yes, it definitely has.
So during that, I don't know if you see the stuff that we talked in chat, but yeah, when I mentioned that it pays well, I asked Al like how much we got paid. So I'm assuming he would count it at this point.
5 copper.
Al, you're counting through it. You're counting through it, and it's very interesting when you look in the satchel. There's
Use toothpick.
there's 30 copper pieces,
Mm-hmm.
and
Nice.
then so there's 30 copper pieces, and then on top of that there's 12 gold pieces.
Whoa.
The gold pieces are polished and clean, while the copper pieces seem to be those like tarnished and used, and probably seen a ton of hands have been exchanged plenty of times. If you want to, you can go ahead and give me an insight check.
Sure.
Can I ask a quick out of character question?
Yeah.
Is there anything that, like, would this place be able to craft a weapon out of the crocodile scales that we got?
The jawbone and teeth? The scales.
I had scales in my notes.
But
we still no, we turned the head in.
I mean, it's possible you could ask around, but
we have one tooth, and the tooth is
I have
like
several.
okay. They're like what 2 feet
I collected
long or
like almost a
whatever?
dozen. Oh wait, no, I
Davis has like a smattering of teeth of different sizes. You have one that's what is that?
2 feet seems too long.
Like maybe close to a foot.
Okay, yeah.
Ooh.
That was a big one. Not quite a foot. Maybe about like call it like 8 inches. That's still fucking massive.
If I was a wizard, I'd turn it into a wand.
Potentially.
I want to turn it into a knife.
I mean, it is a knife, basically. Just needs a handle.
Going on to Al, your insight check. You are savvy enough to get that the copper was probably provided by the father. The gold was provided by
the League.
Adventurers League.
Okay. Hey,
pity pay.
I'll take it. Hey, Davis, it's a bit more than I thought. Check it out.
Oh, hey. Yeah, that's not bad. I was right. He does play pretty well.
Oh, yeah, it's not what I expected. I was ready to console you and everything about all the materials we got. We got the trophy. That job's pretty awesome. But we can actually pay for some meals with this.
Nice. Let's go make some more money, guys. Assuming we're all done. I don't know if everybody's done.
Yep. I'm loaded up. Wait, did we even pay? Like, do we have to pay them for their service?
I mean, do you offer him anything?
If you don't, he's gonna call the guards on you. I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
Yeah,
What do I owe you?
yeah.
That's
I feel bad. Yeah, I just asked him like, what do I owe you, man? I want to try to persuade him, but that would be rude.
Okay. You got a dagger and some arrows. Is that what you said?
Got 2 daggers and 3 arrows. Yeah.
As for the arrows, nothing. Sorry, page 1. Oh, good job, D&D Beyond. He says, give me a couple gold and you're good.
Couple gold. What are this? Come on, let's bargain, man.
He's like, you asked. He's like smiling the entire time.
I'll give you 6 silver, and that's being generous. They're daggers, my man. I'm gonna throw them at something and never see them again. Are they gonna sprout other daggers out of it too? Go,
He says,
crazy.
6 silver, sure, takes it.
Damn it.
literally
I
daggers.
hold it up before I give it to him, and I look at him in the eye and just give it the silver and go good game, man. And then live happy, flipping the daggers in the air,
To be fair, just out of play, you can always look up prices. Regular daggers go 2 gold a piece.
Oh,
Hi, Jones.
So he was actually giving you a deal. And
my man.
yeah, it's like, oh, thank you. Good luck. Try maybe not throwing them. And then
Hey, I have training in this. I got this.
I'm sure you do.
I catch one in the middle of the air with my beak,
Mhm.
flip it again.
oh.
Acrobatics check.
It's gonna be my choice. Got enough
Stab
passive
yourself in the air.
dexterity. You're fine.
You take 4 damage. You take 4 piercing damage.
Yeah, you stab yourself in the eye, you die. You get corona and you die.
Jeez.
Alright. Anything else y'all want to do before Leslie leads y'all out?
No.
Oh, no.
Let's go.
I'm good. Leslie or Rock?
Go.
Rock's good. Never really anything in an armory for Rock.
Oh,
I mean, you found
that's fine.
that. You found that cloak that ended up being magical.
Oh, yeah.
True. I have a cloak. I am still trying to wrap my head around a Tortle with a giant shell and stuff hanging all over it, finding use for a cloak.
And you can give it
Since
to
when have you
someone
done anything
else.
reasonable?
It's very
I like the cloak. It's magical.
He keeps it inside of the shell. He just kind of
Yeah.
plays with it when he goes inside.
It's curtains
Like
for
is it
his...
That's what Pebble nests into every night. Just the magical cloak is Pebble's.
Actually, one thing that I thought, we'll say that y'all are gonna head out to the that Leslie will lead y'all over to the Misty Bridge portion of town. We did a poor job. We didn't give y'all giving description Leslie sees. So let's go ahead and do a rapid fire. One, I'll let Al can start.
Okay. There's a guy who kind of shadows Davis. He's always kind of in the back. He's about 5'6". He's a tiefling. He's a faded red color. He's got horns and long black hair. He's got way too much shit on his back. He's got a lute, a crossbow, a rapier, a shield, and he's even got some pretty good armor on him. Scale mail? What do I have?
I don't remember what you picked up. Let's
Scale mail.
see. Yeah, scale mail.
But for all the crap on him, he moves kind of quietly. You expect him to make a lot more noise.
She's also got a gigantic horn. Or actually, I don't know, how big is that horn?
A horn's just one of those standard Viking horns, that you would
Okay.
imagine them to be.
So he's got
Yeah, you got a horn, a lute, panpipes, a bunch of shit.
That's on my waist too. The crossbow's got a
Oh,
strap.
right,
The boot
yeah.
has a strap.
And he's a pretty
And a
like
rapier.
as far as like muscle tone goes, he's not built at all.
I wear long sleeves, so it's a little harder to tell.
Yeah.
But you can tell.
It's Davis.
A bit of an older guy. He's like in his early 40s. Looks a little bit worn. Like he's seen a lot of time out of doors. So he's half-orc, so you can see like kind of like on the pog that you can see he's got some tusks protruding out a little bit. A fair amount of facial hair. Some pretty greasy black hair that's fairly long, about to his shoulders. Gray, again, kind of worn skin. He's wearing actually very similar armor to what Al's wearing. It looks a little out of place on him because he looks a bit grungy, and this is kind of nice. And I'm also wielding a full metal glaive, which is probably like 5 or 6 feet long at least. So when I'm walking around, I kind of just use it as if it's a bit of like a walking stick. It's got a sort of a leather like cap on the top of it, if you will, that sort of protects the blade and it sort of shields it from the elements. And then I've got a pack of a bunch of shit because I'm the pack mule in the group. Sorry, and he's also like he's quite strong. Like he's not like big, bulky, and jacked strong. Like, but you can see that he's pretty well built, and he did not skip leg day, unlike others.
We'll go to Marb next.
Sure. Marb is pretty much all wrapped in a cloak, other than the beak protruding out. Just a very plain cloak. Nothing special, but you can definitely tell it's more of a worn out, but it can blend well around more of the wild environments. You see a bow poke out, some arrows from a quiver, but other than that, everything looks pretty hidden inside. Many pockets. You can see there's like stuff definitely inside of the cloak, and just like straps, like daggers, a short sword, just like plain leather armor with belts and straps inside, but trying to like cloak everything, keep together. Not much. It's kind of weird, Birdman.
Color are your feathers? Did we
Raven.
talk about that? Oh, black feathers then.
Yeah. Yeah. All black.
Grant.
Yeah, Grant is a probably like 6'4", 6'5" human, very tall, also very old, much older than Davis. He looks like he's could be late 60s, early 70s maybe, but he stands straight. He's seems to move fine. Wears currently he's wearing this like looks kind of like Japanese samurai armor sort of, but it's multicolored. And he carries a shield and a warhammer normally. Yeah.
A pretty nice shield, right? Like with
Yeah, it's a nice shield. Nothing. It's like not magical or anything, but it's like the one piece of armor that is actually pretty well kept. It has his family crest on it. A couple mountain peaks. Yeah, but he's all white hair. It's kind of scraggly, and not particularly well kept beard.
The crest is mountain peaks, and then there's, if I'm not mistaken, it's a warhammer and a crafter's hammer.
Yeah, mason's hammer.
Mason's hammer. And then last but not least, you have Roque.
who is muted. Oh, there you go.
No, yeah. I'm a Tortle. I think you said you were, so I'm kind of around your height, but heavy. I've got all sorts of things hanging off my shell at the back. You name it, I probably have it. Kind of a hoarder. I generally carry a staff with me. Easily distracted. And Pebble, which is my little bird.
Which is
And you did pick up on that, Leslie, that the bird is very much in tune and likes Roque the most.
And me the second best because we were friends and we had a conversation the other day and it was awesome.
Yes, you did.
No, I figured out I didn't, but I was.
Yeah. Well, still.
That
Maybe
is
he's heard the legend of the ogre killer, the ogre buster.
yeah. So that is who you are accompanied with, Leslie.
We're all gonna die together.
Let's do it. Let's go. Let's go die together.
Let's go.
Woo. So
Dying
With-
time.
I guess we should ask if people want to take a break, or are we still good to go?
Actually, let's take a break.
Yeah, can we take like a quick bathroom break?
Yeah, 5-7 minute break. Go pee, get some water, get some beer, do whatever you guys are doing.